What's up everyone, Nitro here, back again with a brand new video. I just got back from the movie theater seeing the brand new Backrooms movie, the Backrooms 2026 edition. I say that because as long as I've existed on the internet, I've never heard of this Backrooms concept, and this Backrooms concept, I kid you not, has been around since about 2002. It started off in a 4chan post, and we all know what 4chan is, but a 4chan post about a abandoned furniture store that was under remodel. And the furniture store is in Oshikoshi, Wisconsin. I'm not going to even pronounce that any better. Somewhere in Wisconsin, random small unknown town, abandoned furniture store. And I'd say abandoned furniture store because this movie does kind of play on the idea of the abandoned furniture store, which is, in my opinion, smart of the movie. But yeah, basically the Backrooms existed on the internet since 2002, just a random theory, creepypasta from 4chan. It eventually got developed as a small YouTube series by this guy named Kane Parsons around COVID time, 2019/2020. And he basically uploads this web series to YouTube about his interpretations on the Backrooms. There's like multiple levels of the Backrooms, but level 0 is the famous yellow wall abandoned furniture store place basically. But yeah, level 0, and it's basically level 0 is like a endless labyrinth. That's basically the gist of what I got off the concept. It's just like this endless labyrinth of random spooky stuff that happens every now and then. It has like random entities that claims people or runs through hallways, maybe killing people, random noises. It's a very small indie movie. I will say this movie does star an actor. Rewrote 4. That's a name. That is definitely a name. I had no clue where I noticed this guy. I mean, I've seen his face before. I just didn't know where I saw him, but after I looked him up, I found out Baron Mordor from Doctor Strange. Random as shit, but we have Baron Mordor, or Modor, whatever, from Doctor Strange as the main character of the Backrooms movie, where he is a owner of a failed furniture store. Like I said, the original level 0 took place from abandoned furniture store. So again, played up on the aspect of, hey, abandoned furniture store. This man is the owner or manager of this falling furniture store that is close to abandoned at this point. But yeah, he found this random labyrinth by going through his walls, and that kind of acts like a teleportation to this other parallel dimension. Even though the movie doesn't really set it up as a other parallel dimension, it's just this extended labyrinth outside of that's inside of an abandoned furniture store. But all the lore on the internet, apparently it's a parallel dimension or whatever. But yeah, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, Kane Parsons, he made a interpretation and adaptation of this creepypasta that has been around the internet since 2002. Last time I checked, creepypastas used to be spooky EXEs. Now they're full-length movies. So it's cool that creepypastas has gone so far enough to be being made into a movie. We technically saw that with Slender, but that was more of a giant Hollywood studio making Slender, not to the extent of what A24 did with Backrooms, where random person or just the entirety of A24, that movie studio, they saw Kane Parsons' concept on YouTube, and the concept on YouTube is like roughly like a 2-hour series, maybe give or take, maybe 2 hours, 30 minutes, split it down into like multiple forms. There's like 2 to 3 minute short film videos that makes up 2 hours of content. Basically, a guy vlogging, running through endless hallways. It's a bunch of running. It's a bunch of endless hallways. I saw some people didn't like the idea that the main character of the movie has a way to enter like leave the back rooms and come back into the back rooms. If there is, and now that makes me question if there is a way to leave and enter, why does anyone choose to stay if you can just, I don't know, leave whenever you want to at one certain location? But yeah, I don't know. It's cool how the concept of this movie came to fruition. Because, you know, it started off with a forum post and a YouTube series, and then the movie studio liked the idea and the concept of what the YouTuber did, made him the director, and gave him just the keys to the castle to direct this movie. I don't know if this movie is like adding on to lore or maybe it's its own lore. Who knows? I think it's adding on to lore, just the way the movie is kind of shot. They don't really explain much of the movie. It's more of like, hey, it's up to your interpretation of what the heck this is. Like, I mean, that's the whole theme of the back rooms. It's always up to everyone's interpretations of this liminal space, which is like endless hallways and endless, just everything endless and mundane and everything kind of mundane. That's the best word to describe this movie. But yeah, like a liminal space is like a spooky psychological atmosphere for the person that's trapped in the endless labyrinth maze type area where it's, you know, of course, it's a labyrinth. There's going to be random entities chasing you, and that's basically what happens. I'm not going to give any spoilers for the movie, but there is a random plot twist that happens towards like the very, very end of the movie. To a plot twist that I did not see coming whatsoever. So, good job. Good job for a horror movie making me surprised and a little bit grossed out. I wouldn't say I was scared, even though it's a horror movie and horror movies are supposed to make you scared, but I wouldn't say I was scared, but I would say I was a bit grossed out towards the end of the movie just because of like of a couple scene of a scene and the concept behind the scene. But yeah, I don't know. There was a couple times in the movie where I just did this motion. I just kept on looking at my watch. I would say it's a very slow movie. It kind of drags in my opinion. It was almost 2 hours. It was like an hour and 50-minute movie. I don't know. I feel like it's better if you're like a fan of the whole forum post and, you know, you're trying to look for more lore and you're trying to see more theories. That's nice. But yeah, I don't know. I like how this movie came to fruition more than the actual movie itself. It's neat that a bunch of YouTubers are coming out with movies and stuff, and this is like the year of YouTubers coming out with movies in 2026. So that's neato. I still need to see Obsession. I'm going to try to see Obsession tomorrow. That's my plan. But yeah, I don't know. I just really wasn't feeling this movie. The pacing is just very slow. It's a very slow and mundane movie. But I wish they kind of explained more. As soon as the movie started explaining, it just ended. Like, as soon as there was explanation, movie cuts to credits. Like, it's okay, whatever, sure. I don't know. I definitely say rate for streaming. I would say definitely rate for streaming. It's definitely a movie. It's a movie. It's probably going to make a lot of money because it's a unique concept, but I mean, the Stanley Parable did it first, and that's a video game. By the way, there's tons of Backrooms video games. It's not just a forum post and a YouTube series. There's also video games based off the Backrooms. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting concept. I give it a 3.5 out of 10. It wasn't me. I enjoyed The Devil Wears Prada 2 way more than The Backrooms, and that's a completely different genre. So yeah, tell me what you think about The Backrooms. Rate, comment, subscribe. You go see the movie, and until then, tripods. Yeah, until then, tripods.